What's up, guys? Welcome once again to the Save Continue podcast. My name is Ryan Robinson. With me, as always, is Tom Shelby.
Hello.
Special guest, number one super fan, Corey. Corey,
Hi.
what's your last name?
Rattan.
What?
Rattan.
Rattan.
Yeah.
Corey, I got another question for you. What's my last name?
I know this. I just always forget it.
Literally just said it.
Rat-
It's fine. Every week
It doesn't matter.
Every week we get together, talk about video games and stuff, and basically do whatever we want. All right. So, I guess we'll start it off. This is actually a trivia question that I just looked up today because someone else bigger than us made a mistake.
Okay.
Okay. You guys ready?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. In what year was the first Tony Hawk Pro Skater game released?
Oh, fuck. You just showed us this.
I want to say 1990. Oh, I was gonna say 1998, but I think that's
99.
Tom's
Was it
correct.
99?
was
Oh, I was so
1999.
close.
I only know because of what you showed us.
Yeah. So, Tom, once again, 2 weeks running, you have let me finish power.
Fuck yes.
And also, do you have something that you want to plug at the end of the show?
Of course I do.
Okay. Skullgirls.
No.
Okay. All right. Corey,
Yes.
you have listened to us throughout most of the run of this show.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I've been listening for about a year
Yeah.
ish, maybe.
You are perhaps our most stalwart companion. I've actually referred to you as my favorite fan.
Well, wait. Let's go into it first. Corey, for those that don't know, has a YouTube channel, has a Twitch. The YouTube is kind of taken a back seat recently. Because Corey's having a baby.
Congratulations, Corey.
A child.
But Corey does guides, I guess more specifically like trophy achievement guides for East Asia Soft.
His trophy collection is enormous.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how does one man do that?
Very carefully,
Yeah.
with a lot of time
Yeah.
and dedication. You can't forget a lot of dedication.
Like a lot of these, look, there are times where I've decided that I wanted to platinum a game, and
Twice, right?
yeah, well, okay, the first time it happened, it just kind of happened. The second time I actually sought to platinum the game, it was Diablo 3 on PS4.
That's a time-consuming one.
Yeah.
It is. I
like-
never actually finished that.
Every time since,
Yeah.
I've been like, I'm gonna platinum this game,
You
and
don't.
I'm just like, you know what?
I give up.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, what I actually wanted to ask you, Corey, is that like you platinum a tremendous amount of games. Like I see you every few days on Twitter, platinum number 3, whatever, you know. So I know you play just a ton of games,
Absolutely.
but like I can't pinpoint like what genres you really like because you have like just a crazy amount of different kinds that you're constantly playing and to completion, you know.
Yeah.
So is there stuff that you prefer, or is it just kind of whatever?
It's mostly just whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, comfort zone
Yeah.
is mostly JRPGs, shooters, or
Yeah,
platform.
you do seem to speak more passionately about that. Like I saw you were talking about like Sword Art and some other stuff quite a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
what's the most difficult one that you've done recently?
Recently,
While Corey ruminates on that, could you click that? Tom's driving me insane.
You don't want to add more people?
No.
Okay.
All right.
that's a good question. I don't even remember what current ones I've gotten recently. I mean, just a couple days ago I finished.
Just that many.
It
I
is
finished
quite a
Final
bit.
Fantasy Type 0.
Oh yeah, I just saw that Final Fantasy Type 0. That's a
That's one you
good one.
like quite a lot.
Well,
Oh, that was-
I mean, I was excited for it. I played very little of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were like
It-
that one.
It was definitely darker tone for Final Fantasy, like a lot darker tone.
Yeah. Only M-rated Final Fantasy.
It's because
Yeah,
okay. Is
so
there
far.
there blood in that game?
There is.
Is there swear words in that game?
I
No.
don't think so. But there's like bloody
I think
dead
there's like
chocobo right
I
at the
think there's like
beginning.
damn and ass and
Oh man,
I
that
think
game's
that's the extent of it.
full throttle. Are there boobs in
Yeah,
that
right?
game?
Well, I mean, there's boobs in every game. I mean, maybe
I
not
guess that's technically that's
nudity,
true.
There's
but
no boobs in Tetris.
Well,
I'm sure someone somewhere has made some
Tetris
sort of
boobs.
mod
Yeah.
for Tetris where
There's
the
gotta be.
boobs.
So what? I feel like when you undertake something like that, it's kind of it starts somewhere, right? I feel like there is a day where you were just like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing this for every game that I play ever. Like, what made you decide that you were just gonna start platinum games like that?
The first one I ever did was Modern Warfare 2.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, I just got my PS3 and I would play online with all my friends after school, and me and my one buddy decided we were gonna do all the Spec Ops missions, and then we managed to get them all done on veteran, and then
Couple
I
of
decided to
stone
get the
cold
rest of
killers.
the, I decided to get the rest of the trophies, and then I got all of them in Borderlands because I love that game so much.
Christ, how do you?
And
That seems so like insane, like insanely daunting. Cause
and then
Well, see,
Me
I think
and
that's
my-
where it starts, though, like really liking the game that you're playing.
Sure.
That you
Exactly.
just want to get as much out of it as you can.
yeah, which that's the whole purpose of trophies.
Well, I
guess.
mean-
Like, I've got a friend, John, who, like, his only platinum, I believe, other than Diablo, his only platinum is Fallout 3.
Okay.
oh,
Wow.
it's such a good game.
But he fucking loves Fallout, you know, so he wanted to get as much out of it as he could.
Sure.
And he does not platinum any games. He platinums very, very few games, you know, but...
Corey, did you get a PS3 before they started doing trophies?
No, I
Okay.
had it. They started trophies in what 2008,
Something like that.
Yeah.
and I got one Christmas of 2009.
Because I was wondering
I was-
if I was
I
wondering
was
if
a
like
little
you
late
would
on
go
the
back
trophy
and
game.
yeah, because I
Does
was
it infuriate you when you buy an old PS3 game that doesn't have trophies?
yeah.
Nah.
No?
My buddy just lent me Legendary. It doesn't have trophies,
Never even heard of it.
but I'm gonna play it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure you will.
Yeah.
When they patch in trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
But
because I
no,
feel like
I-
there's an addiction to that sound, right? That you're never gonna hear that sound when you're playing Legendary, man.
You know, see, I'm with you on this, Ryan, though. Like, I've disabled achievement notifications on Steam. I've disabled trophy notifications on PS4 because there
I've
are
done-
times when it's like you get a trophy at a very significant moment
Yeah.
and it just kind of takes you out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I've done so a couple of times, like with Journey.
Yeah.
Abzu.
Exactly. Journey. You don't want that shit. Is that a cat back there or a dog?
No, it's my dog rolling around on the bed. And I can't get him to stop.
I like him.
But yeah, I've disabled a few. Gone Home was another one where
Oh, yeah,
I
I
just
would do
played it and
Gone Home,
disabled
too.
trophies. Actually, just all notifications. So I had.
Did you do the speed
the
run in
swing
that?
thing. I did the 1 minute one because why not?
Yeah.
I didn't bother with getting like all the things in 10 minutes.
Right.
Because once again, it's one of those games where it was an experience. I didn't want to ruin the experience
Sure,
by
Sure.
trophy hunting it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's an extent to where I'll stop.
Dude, I was so bad last
Trophy
generation on
hunting.
360. Like, I would buy games specifically because they had easy achievements. Terminator Salvation, King Kong, things like that.
I
Disgusting.
But, like,
I-
to be fair, Terminator Salvation was pretty fun.
Okay.
King Kong,
never
not so
played-
much.
I had a 360 when it released,
Yeah.
but gamer score just never interested me. I would play a game and then I'd go back to playing whatever MMO I was playing on the computer at the time.
Yeah.
Mostly Maple Story.
I mean, trophies, I like the... Because you got the trophy level, and I like the level, you know? I like seeing the level go up.
Yeah, it's always something to look forward to,
Yeah.
in a sense. And I mean, platinum trophies are more exciting than 1,000 gamer score.
Absolutely they are.
Xbox started doing this thing where when you get a really, really rare achievement,
Yeah.
instead of it just showing up as an achievement, like it's a little diamond. A little diamond shows up on the screen with a little
Oh yeah,
animation.
That's
seen-
dumb.
It's I like it.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good, you know. Um, yeah, like I remember when I first got the 360, and the achievement notification popped up. I was like, "What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, what is that?" And then and I was like, and I had no idea what it was at first. And I was like, "How do I, like?" Because no one ever. That was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that, and I don't remember seeing anything about that in like the press releases about that game, or not that game, but that system. But like, yeah, it's
They
kind
didn't
of
think it was a big deal.
yeah,
You know, they didn't
Well,
think people would
exactly.
care about it as much.
yeah. But people kind of went crazy for it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Eventually.
Xbox did it before PlayStation, right? I believe they did it before Steam.
Yeah,
I think so. I remember Steam not having achievements for a very long time. I
Yeah.
think it was somewhere in the 2010s that they started that.
I feel like no one. I could be wrong, but I've always heard that like the general consensus is like no one cares about Steam achievements.
Yeah, I've never heard someone talk
I mean,
about
I know
how
people that
they've gotten
do.
all the achievements.
I
in
care more about
Steam
my
games.
Steam level, which is kind of sad because
You want the cards.
you basically just pay for that. You know,
What are you talking about?
like your Steam level, like okay, so your PSN level is based on your trophies, right?
Right.
Whereas on Steam, it's based off of like how many things that you've crafted with the Steam trading cards, which like you can get 4 or 5, sometimes 6 out of a game for free from random drops, but like you are either trading or purchasing the rest of those. So like your Steam level is basically how much money are you willing to spend, and for me that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you
Hey,
buy
it-
like 50 games a month, dude.
If you think about it, that's how PSN has turned into. Considering
I'm
you look at the right places, you'll get a 30-minute platinum trophy for $20.
well, yeah. I mean, I bought My Name Is Mayo.
Yeah,
feel
but that was
dirty?
a. du-
I
that-
felt
that
real
was a-
dirty about it. Yeah, that's like one of the ones in my trophy list that I don't show, that I hide because I don't want people to see it. But
I was about to say, yeah, but that's $1.49, but
Yeah.
that's in Canada and not the States.
What was?
oh yeah, I think it was like
There's
50 cents or a
90
buck here.
Yeah, there's a game called Black and White Bushido. It's $20.
Yeah.
It'll take you like 15 minutes to platinum it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a game where you're paying essentially just for the trophies.
But is it fun?
Yeah, is it a good game? That's a pretty cool name.
I don't know. All I know is it's some 2D thing. That's it.
Yeah.
It's one of those games I'm never gonna buy.
I'll buy it. I'll figure it out. What was that game that we were talking about a few weeks ago? That like it was like 5-star something.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
1,000 top rated.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
That they actually took down, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that was 1,000 top rated because turns out it had something to do with they were like advertising their website
Yeah.
in the game, and they also advertised the world's fastest platinum, and Sony didn't like that
Yeah,
apparently.
like the description is basically like get this platinum very easily.
Yeah, exactly.
But like people know that My Name Is Mayo is that,
Yeah, I guess you're just not allowed to say it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Yeah,
one of those
exactly.
open secrets, like kind of like how, like, pro wrestling is fake, but they never say that it's fake.
Shuhei was just like not on my watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
happening.
No one shall tell of free trophies on my watch.
Corey, do you have a PlayStation Now subscription?
No.
Because you can get some more trophies out of that. I don't know if you know that.
For $100 a year,
Yeah, for $100 a
It's-
year, you
it
get
is not
1,000
worth it.
trophies. 1,000 trophies.
It's not a bad deal. I think the biggest problem
mean,
with
you're
PlayStation
right.
Now is the latency.
Yeah, sure.
no, I'll just stick to free PS Plus games
Right on.
Yeah.
for that.
Do you wait? I'm assuming you probably already have the platinum for Second Son.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because that's one
That-
of the free ones this month.
That's a good free
that
game,
was one
Yeah.
of the first games I picked up when I bought my PS4.
though.
Me
yeah,
too.
Same.
Super easy platinum.
Yeah.
It was a very disappointing game.
I liked it. Like it wasn't as good as the other Infamous games,
It
but like it had some good ideas.
One of the things I didn't like about it is,
Delson.
yeah, pretty much.
But
You
I
try-
really love Augustine though. Like I like
They-
Augustine a lot.
it essentially felt like they made Delson out to be where his characteristics, I can't speak today, pretty much clashed if you went for the good karma playthrough. It just did not work. His personality was too terrible.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you go like the bad guy playthrough, it gets a little bit too dark, I think.
No, because you want to feel that sleaze.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, yeah, you try to be good, and he's still an asshole, and it's like, oh, okay.
Is
How
a
about
badass the heart of gold?
Was it
how about I be a bad guy, and then it all just makes sense.
was it Brian Altano that said Second Son is about getting rocks out of your grandma's legs?
It is. It's basically that's why he goes into the city to get those rocks out of grandma's
Yeah.
legs. Here's the thing though, is I started trying to do the bad guy playthrough,
Yeah.
and
You have to do both for the platinum.
the thing is that I had to stop because once it got to the part where, spoilers if you haven't played it yet, where it got to the part where like Delson and Fetch murder a dude like on camera,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then they
yeah.
make out right afterwards. I was like, that's nah, I can't.
It's hot, man.
It's nah. But the
I
hero
wish it
is
would-
Reggie. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That was sad when he died.
Yeah, spoilers.
I don't know. I like
That-
Travis Willingham, but like Augustine, which oddly enough, I don't know who played Augustine. That was a good character.
They shouldn't have departed from Cole.
No, they should
They-
not have.
They should not have.
I haven't played.
You can get that jacket though.
I haven't played the first two Infamous games in a very long time, but I remember Cole talking like this. These sound like this.
I
mean,
he's had
sort
kind of a
of.
generic voice.
Yeah. What was his name? Cole.
Train.
No.
Cole McGrath.
Cole McGrath.
Cole Bloodbath McGrath.
That's a Mountain Dew swilling name if I ever heard one.
Yeah. Yeah, but like think about like the competition for that was like Prototype.
Yes.
And Infamous is like far and away
Oh,
superior to
it's just
Prototype.
vastly superior.
Yeah.
I tried to play Prototype. I've never played them. Tried to play it like a month ago.
First one doesn't hold up.
It does not.
I couldn't. I was like, oh great, another New York open world. I played it for like an hour. I was like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
play this
Yeah.
eventually,
Yeah.
maybe one day.
I got like an hour into Prototype 2, but then I was just like, this sucks, and I just turned it off.
You know, I tried going back and playing recently Darksiders. And like the first Darksiders I just can't get into, but so I'm like, well maybe I should just play 2. Maybe I'll like 2.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
What about Darksiders didn't you like?
I don't know. Like it ticks all the right boxes, but
The
there's just
combat's
something
good,
about it
The
that's like,
exploration's
meh.
good.
Exactly.
Do you
It's
not
like
War.
It's like
War
God
is
of
kind
War
of a lame
now.
character, sure, but like no more lame than like Kratos, and I love those games. You know.
Do you like Mark Hamill doing his Joker voice in that game?
Yeah,
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's very obviously Joker voice,
Yeah.
but yeah.
This was back when it released, and my friend told me I should play it, and the only way he described it to me is God of War and Zelda had a drunk night, made a baby, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and that's the perfect description for it. Like,
Exactly.
I have friends that are like, "This is not like Zelda at all," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, it's very much
It's
like
pretty
Zelda."
much
Yeah, exactly.
Zelda.
Yeah,
Like even like the progression is very similar.
Yeah.
Like the level design is similar. Like the open, like the sections between like the dungeons is similar.
the new one looks cool.
With what's her name?
Fury.
Fury. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna take that in more of a Dark Souls direction, I guess.
Well, Ryan will like that.
Yeah.
Where instead of fighting 4, maybe 5 guys at once, it'll be 1 or 2, and the combat will be a lot slower than the previous 2. And
I
like-
like that about, and it's nowhere near on the level of Dark Souls, but like, I like that about Hellblade. Like, just a couple guys, 2, 3 at a time.
Yeah.
I still have yet to play that.
Oh my God.
That's so good, dude.
That game,
It's-
Corey. I swear to God, dude. That game is fucking art. Look.
Here's the thing, though. What you have to remember, and we've talked to Corey about this before, not on the show, about the cost of games here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Versus there. It's a $30 game here, $30. But there it's
It's-
probably, what, 40, 45?
Yeah, no, it's 40.
Yeah.
That's damn near
Whereas-
full retail.
Yeah.
Like
For us.
Knack
Yeah.
Knack 2 is $50.
Act 2 out tomorrow?
That game looks
The
pretty
next
fun.
day?
That game looks
I-
actually pretty fun.
No.
So
I
it's-
played the first Knack. I will not be burned again. Fuck you, Mark
So-
Cerny.
So many people didn't like that, and I played it. I enjoyed it. I thought it
I've
was
been hearing good things about.
for-
I've been hearing good things about it.
I beat it.
For a-
Here's the
for a
thing:
long
you can't
game,
make
it's
a
really good.
mascot platformer in which the mascot is like not even a character. Knack has no personality. You
He's
know?
a knack.
Gameplay, I'm fine with the gameplay. I actually kind of
Look
like
at-
the gameplay.
He's like the Noid, you know.
but
Look at-
like,
Look at Kratos. They tried to make him sort of a mascot around PS2. He had no personality.
yes, he did. It was just the personality people hated.
Just very
Ah.
yelly.
Yeah.
He's a very yelly personality. And
I was about to say
Calliope, yeah.
Calliope.
yeah.
to be fair, though, I feel like that kind of character it played in the mid 2000s. Like,
Yeah.
that was the thing, right? Because that was also around the because God of War, the first God of War, came out like a year or two before Gears of War came out. And
Did
people,
it?
And people like the yelling in that game too.
The first God of War
Yeah,
it came out quite a bit before
because
Gears of War.
Gears of War, I think, was
maybe you're thinking of God of War 2.
Yeah.
because
that
God
was-
of War was 2005.
And God of War 2 was 2007?
I don't know. I mean, it was late PS2,
Yeah.
but
Either way,
it's hard to say. It's hard to say late PS2 when PS2 games were still coming out like a year or two ago.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
What is late
Right.
PS2?
2015.
Madden NFL 16?
I'm so happy that like we're still like this week we're getting game announcements for Vita. You know, like that's awesome. PSP games as of like a few months ago. Like that's cool.
Is that awesome just in general or awesome for you?
It's awesome for me and for people that want to go buy this console.
Yeah.
I love getting into a console after it's like quote unquote dead, because then you just buy a shit ton of games dirt cheap.
Yeah.
You know.
Unless, of course, you're thinking of something like Dreamcast, where sure it's dead, but you look for games and
Yeah.
you'll find all the good ones for jacked up prices, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, all 5 of them.
Shut up.
Yeah. What do you got? You got Virtua Fighter,
Yeah.
Shenmue,
Dude, all the Capcom fighters. I mean, that
Yeah,
alone is more than 5.
the apparent best version of Resident Evil 2.
Nah. Yeah, look.
I was actually watching a playthrough of Resident Evil 2. It was a Leon B playthrough,
Yeah.
and did not know that you could play as Ada Wong in that.
Really?
I
Yep.
didn't know that either.
I
Sure
didn't.
can.
Yeah.
But
I was
I
about-
never.
Just for a short period
Ah,
of
I was
the
about to say,
Leon
I
B
didn't know
playthrough.
that.
ah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
I remember I blazed this like
Fat joint.
5 years ago. Yeah, I blazed through it. I decided to play the whole series again. It was, I think, just before 6 came out.
Jesus Christ.
And
Well, the first few were like a few hours each.
it was
You know.
Yeah.
surprisingly the first time I'd ever beaten Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there was a second playthrough as Ashley. And I just didn't do it.
For
And when I
Resident
found
Evil
out
2?
later- Yeah,
Well, there's Claire, and then there's
there, that's it.
Yeah, and there's 2 scenarios for each of them. And the interesting thing is, if you play A of this scenario and B of that scenario, like you'll see things that happened in other scenarios that affect your playthrough
Right.
in that scenario. Like there's a part where if you play as Claire, you have the option to like take certain weapons.
Right.
And the game warns you that you should leave them for Chris. And if you take them, they're just gone in your Chris playthrough. But if you leave them, they're
Yeah.
there for your Chris playthrough. I like stuff like that.
Chris or
When I-
Leon?
when I
Leon,
found-
sorry, Leon.
when I found out that you should play both campaigns for like the full story, I was like, nope, just went right on to the third one.
I think that's my big hang up on like why I haven't played Nier Automata yet. Is like you need to play this game 3 times. You know.
Nah. One is good.
I really want to play the first one. I can't find that anywhere.
I'm pretty sure if you have do you have a 360, Corey?
Nope.
Oh. Well, if you get yourself a 360, you can just download that game.
I am a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I feel like no one played the first Nier.
I mean, it sold okay.
It's one of those
Sold well enough to
things
make a
that
sequel.
I've only ever heard a couple people talk about it and say it's a good game.
Mm.
It's supposed to have
just
real
one-
good music.
One of those games that just fell under the weight of everything else.
Yeah. I mean, depending on when you release your game, it can easily get buried by like other more high-profile releases.
Exactly.
That's kind of like
It's like someone that was dumb enough to put out Mad Max on the same day as fucking Metal Gear Solid 5. Why would you do that?
Like, who's the like? I feel like that whole meeting was like, all right, so we need to figure out when we're gonna launch this game, you guys. All right, we need to figure out a day we're gonna launch this game and it's gonna sell the best. And then they say, well, what's out on this day? Well, isn't Metal Gear Solid coming out on that day? Nobody's gonna play that fucking game, man. It's all about
exactly.
Mad Max this year, you guys.
I think the idea was to like finish it
Kojima's
sooner.
name is on it.
Yeah,
Because I would assume they wanted to release it with the movie, you know.
if they had released it
But-
with the movie like the same week,
Yeah.
then that would have been perfect. But that game would have sold really well, and it's not a bad game either.
Oh, so
No,
Corey,
it was a-
I'm doing
it was
we're talking about Resident Evil. I'm doing my first playthrough of The Evil Within.
The game is so fucking spooky.
Ryan was talking about playing it a few weeks back, and you're like, hey, have you done the Akuma difficulty?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to him, and I'm only maybe like 4 chapters in. I think there's like 15
There's-
chapters or so.
14?
But like so far, I'm like, this is a lot of fun, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to Ryan, and I'm like, does it get any harder? And he's like, well, I think it'll get a little bit harder. So what does Akuma difficulty actually do to that game?
It
It turns all the bad guys into Akumas.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't even know what an Akuma is. Oh, unless you mean Akuma from Street
Yes,
Fighter.
that one.
Yeah, that
Okay.
guy. They're just using their dark Hado on you.
Raging Demon.
It switches up some enemy placement. It really limits the amount of ammo you find, so
Sure.
you have to make sure every shot
counts.
One hit kill from anything, like the single last pixel of an attack animation touches you,
Yeah.
you're dead. You accidentally walk into a bear trap, you're dead.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
To touch yourself on fire, you're dead. I died 400 and some odd times just completing that game mode.
Did you do the grounded difficulty on The Last of Us?
No.
Okay.
By the time I got around to actually, sitting down and platinuming that, I don't think Grounded was out.
Ah.
I had a hard enough time with Survivor.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this. But yeah, no, Akuma mode it's interesting because there's a couple places where an enemy late game is introduced to you like very, very early on.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah,
when you
it's-
might be underpowered to deal with it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here it is, and then you're left with what to do. Like, you really have to look at your environment. This trap that you may walk under and steal the parts from, you may have to bait an enemy over to it.
Yeah.
There's a bear trap on the ground, bait an enemy to it, and then set it on fire while you're baiting like 3 others to light them all on fire.
Yeah.
It turned into a very like tactical environment heavy game, but it was so fun because even though one swipe from anything kills you, it's always your fault. It's
Right.
never the game's fault. So it's always, okay, maybe I shouldn't do it this way. I'll try it this way. And
It sounds
then-
satisfying. I don't think
It
I'll
is.
do it, but
it was really, I mean, there's a couple parts in the game where it is very cheap, and I just wanted to throw the PS3 and my controller out the window. But it was very satisfying to get past those parts and finish the game and watch that trophy pop.
I did really like a lot of the references to Resident Evil 1 and 4 are pretty cool.
Like the village at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, well, the first zombie you see in that game, zombie monster guy, does like the over-the-shoulder turn, like
Yeah.
from the first
Yeah.
game. The first journal entry of Sebastian's that you read is the same date as Resident Evil 4, like stuff like that.
I feel like there's there's a perfect difficulty for every game. Like they give you like the best experience with that game. And there was a period of time where I was I had this phase, I guess, where I was like, I have to play every game on its hardest difficulty.
I remember.
And I did that with The Last of Us, and I feel like grounded difficulty is Like if you ever go back and play that game again, Corey, like go back through ungrounded difficulty. Like it's
Well, that's why I brought it up, because I remember you really liking it. I couldn't do it.
yeah, it's really intense. And you talk about with
Scarce ammo.
Yeah, like-
that's some
Yeah.
fucking shit.
so the thing about grounded difficulty is like the resources get more scarce, but also it like rebalances the game too in a way that like enemies take like you can take fewer hits from like
Yeah.
from everything, but also like enemies take fewer hits, so it's like a realism mode or whatever.
Right.
It eliminates the HUD, so you never know how much health you have or how much ammo you have.
Ooh, that sounds fun, actually.
It's really awesome. You should. I definitely recommend like at least trying it. Maybe not playing the whole game like that, like I did, because that was kind of an experience. But like you should definitely. I think you should try it though.
Oh, there's a gold trophy in it, though. I might as well.
Yeah, yeah. There's Corey. Do it.
Yeah.
I want to I want to hear that you've beaten that game ungrounded, and
He'll do it in like a few hours.
he's probably doing it as we speak.
Yeah.
And like by the end of
Yeah.
the conversation, done.
Yeah.
He just like flips the camera around. It's like
I'm
the
already
credits
halfway
rolling.
through.
Um,
But that sounds like a good version of a good hard difficulty where it's fair. It makes sense.
yeah,
Like
but it's not
like Evil Within. It makes sense. It's a good, nice, fair difficulty and not some ridiculous, cheap.
I just want something in between the
Yeah.
normal Evil Within and that.
Yeah.
Something midway that feels like Resident Evil difficulty is what I
because
want.
like the thing about with Evil Within, like easy is like too easy.
Normal is too easy.
Yeah.
I'm playing on normal. Normal, at least so far. Like I said, I'm only about 4 chapters in, but
Well-
so far, like I've yet to die.
Right.
I've yet to fire a weapon.
I think that if you do die, it's probably going to be like the result of a trap hitting you or something.
Yeah.
Now, Corey, would you agree with me on this? Like, because Tom asked me, because I haven't finished the Evil Within yet, but he asked me if it does get harder, and based on my experience with the game, because I feel like I'm pretty far in, I feel like Shinji Mikami was like more interested in like pacing the story properly than stopping you. So I felt like it does ramp up, but like never enough to like stop you from regressing. Would you say that's accurate, like on the default difficulty?
Absolutely. There'll be some parts where you may like later in the game, you may have to try again.
Yeah.
Like
And I'm okay
I
with
don't-
that. That's what I would like. You know.
there's, without going into much detail, there's a part in chapter 9 or 10, where you're swimming through water,
Yeah.
and if you don't do certain things, you instantly die.
You'll probably die on that part.
So
I hope so. I just remember, like, we have this friend Eric, and to be fair, Eric kind of hates everything.
He hates new games.
But like, when Evil Within came out, I remember him either on Facebook or Twitter talking about that, and he was like, you know, it's so cheap, it's so hard, and I'm like, really? It's not that bad. I don't know.
I also feel like Tom and I were talking about this because he was watching me play it a few weeks ago. I feel like if Sebastian can punch boxes apart the way that he does in that game,
Oh yeah.
then he should just
Super strength.
he should just be able to punch the head off of everything he comes into contact with.
yeah, really. Well, how about when you beat it, if you find it too easy now, just try to play it to at least chapter 4 in Akumu,
I can do that.
and then come back to me and tell me how it happened.
Okay.
Because you'll be fine, and then that first village is where it really takes off.
Well, and to be fair, I start a lot of games and don't finish them, so we'll see if I even beat it. But yeah,
I feel
It's-
like I'd like to see that through with you because I haven't beaten the game, so I'd like us to.
yeah.
It's
that
an
game.
it's an experience. It's definitely one of the few horror games of today that I would say you have to see through.
Yeah, well, it's Mikami, right? And when that like
exactly.
Bethesda offered it up so cheap last week or the week before, whenever I bought it, I mean, it was like that or a pack of cigarettes, you know. And with Evil Within 2 coming out, I was like, well, it'd be cool to play that. So you know,
It makes me sad to live here because there's so many games coming out, but I can't afford to drop $90.
yeah.
Just for-
$90.
Yeah.
Is that full
Just-
retail in Canada?
Oh, sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy shit!
To be fair, if you buy the digital version, it's $80. But if you buy the physical, which
So
I
here,
can't
digital and
sell,
physical are same price.
Inexplicably.
if
which is dumb.
our taxes are like general sales tax,
Oh yeah, because you guys are importing the physical stuff.
bumps it up to $90 if you get
Well, that's how
physical.
they pay for your health care, Corey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how you guys get
You know
the
what?
free doctors.
It's a fair trade-off.
Video games.
Their entire economy is funded by the sales tax from video games. That's pretty rad. I don't know. I really want to. I feel like there's a lot of games that I kind of pass by because like Tom's been trying to get me to play The Order 1886.
Very good game.
Underrated.
Very.
That game's like what 5-6 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 6 hours.
Yeah.
I completed it in about 5.5, 6 hours.
And as with most of the Sony first-party catalog, like standard price in the U.S. for The Order or The Last of Us or like any of those games now is like $20 when
Yeah.
there's no sale.
I got
you
that
know?
game on sale for $5, and I
Yeah.
still haven't played it.
It is definitely worth $5.
Yeah.
I got it for I think 10, and I mean when you play it, you can see how people could get upset that
No. I
it
disagree.
was what it was for $60.
Look, it's linear, and people hated it for that. But like, linear doesn't mean bad. The evil
No,
within is linear as all hell. You know?
Absolutely not. Like I love myself a good linear game.
Yeah. Uncharted's pretty linear.
Well, I think that a lot of the outrage came out around the length of the game, and then like, which makes me think like, so does a long game make it more valuable?
No.
Right. So isn't it like, yeah, and also just sell your game for what you think it's worth, dude. That's what I think, and I think a short game can be more valuable than a really long game.
Look, for a game to look as good as The Order looks,
and it looks beautiful.
costs a lot of money.
It was amazing. Like I was
Yeah.
baffled by how good it looked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom, did you get around? You never got around to finishing Hellblade, did you?
Hellblade, no.
Really want you to finish that game.
I mean, I will. It's fucking short as hell. You know.
I worry that if you don't finish Hellblade, then you're never gonna get. If you can't finish Hellblade, you're not gonna get around to finishing the Evil Within.
I'll finish Hellblade for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least Hellblade I've heard is only like 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's about 6 hours.
Whereas
Yeah.
Evil Within can take you about 15 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the long run.
I want as many people as possible to play that game. Because I honestly, for me personally, it's probably the most important game that I've played this console generation.
Which is funny because like you weren't excited about it at all.
No, because I didn't feel like I knew enough about it to be excited about it.
Yeah.
I knew that it looked pretty, but that's not enough to excite me about a game,
Yeah.
But actually playing it and that story, it was just like there's a lot of stuff in that game that kind of like hit home. So I was just like, yeah, I like this game. So I don't know, it's a really important game. I think the story is really great, and I don't know why people liken it to games like Firewatch or put it like lump it into that same genre as those games, because it's really not. But I think everybody should play it though.
Yeah, I mean, considering there's combat and puzzles, you can't really consider it a walking sim.
Right.
Yeah.
As well.
I mean, there's not a lot of combat, but what's there is fun.
I was about to say, yeah, but there's still some. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you could classify it as say an action game.
I just like we talked about this before. I think people expect at this point a certain thing from Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
And that's not what Hellblade is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like I see where their expectations are coming from, because Enslaved, DMC, Heavenly Sword, those were all like very action heavy.
Yeah.
Those were all very like fast paced games. But at the same time, like I don't think that it's necessarily justified for you to because I think that a lot of the criticisms I've heard of the game are because that game wasn't those things.
Yeah. But the criticisms are so few and far between, right? Like critically, it's done amazing.
Yeah.
Sales-wise, it's done amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there really is no problem.
I like that they were able to show that kind of range though.
Yeah.
I like that they're able to we make action games. We can also make other kinds of games that like are also very good.
Sure.
So, would really like a DMC Part 2 though, but we're
Not
not
gonna
gonna
happen.
not gonna happen. But I really want it. I like
You'll
that
see
game.
Devil May Cry 5 first.
I was about to say there is a DMC part 2. It's Devil May Cry 2.
That game, first of all, is garbage. DMC, like, Corey, do you remember right before, well, not, I guess a little bit before DMC came out, and everybody was really upset about the way that they made Dante look and the general tone of that, like the general tonal change of that game.
Yes.
Uh,
People just absolutely hated the fact that he's like a younger emo-esque Dante
Yep.
and not the
because they wanted
white-haired
frat boy
badass
Dante
that
back.
he's known for.
Well, see, the mop drops on his head, and he says, "Not a chance."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was when I was playing through that game when I got to that part. See, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think DMC is a great game. I think that the combat in that game is better than the other ones, but I mean, maybe I don't know anything about video games.
Now, I'm not entirely. I don't remember the reaction of people around the time Devil May Cry 4 came out, where you played as the other character whose name I can't
Nero.
remember. I was gonna say Neo, but I felt like that was wrong.
Whoa.
But I don't remember the general reaction to that being bad, considering you still
Yeah.
played as Dante throughout the game, and
Yeah.
it was still very fast-paced and very much Devil May Cry. But
Now that I think about it, I don't remember. I can't, like, for the life of me, I can't remember the critical reception of that game.
Well, I'll tell you know the interesting thing. I don't really care for Devil May Cry,
Yeah.
but I like DMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a really great game. I'm really hoping that they make another one just so that I can continue those adventures, just so I can, get more Dante, and just so Corey can get more trophies.
Look, there's plenty of Dante for you.
that
Clerks?
was one of the few
No,
games
not Clerk.
that-
Oh.
the DMC remake. That was one of the few games I didn't bother trophy hunting for. I couldn't be bothered to do 6 playthroughs of the game.
Oh God, no.
I was like, I started my second playthrough getting collectibles, and I just sat there with the game paused and went,
Crying.
nah.
I've been
I mean-
broken.
If they do make a second one, that would be nice, because they did really good level design, and the boss fights were really fun
They were.
in the remake. But I mean, considering I never played any of the originals other than 4, I wasn't really one of those people who were upset with the game.
Well, what's interesting
What
is,
it
like,
was.
since DMC, Capcom continues to put Dante in other games, like many other games, and it's always the original Dante. It's not
Yeah.
the new one.
Yeah.
And I think that's very telling.
Yeah.
Uh,
How about another Beautiful Joe? Want another one of those? Anybody want another Beautiful Joe?
It's all right. It's all right.
Nah.
Nah, you're
I'd
good on
take
that.
it. I'd play it.
I'd play another Beautiful Joe. Those games were fun. They put Dante in the PS2 one.
Did they?
Yeah, that was one of the selling points on the box. It
Was-
was featuring Capcom's Devil May Cry.
Was he
or
all
the
chibi
Devil May Cry's,
looking?
Dante. Yeah, kinda. He's
Yeah.
kinda like to match.
Yeah.
Like the aesthetic of that game. So.
Didn't they make a Beautiful Joe like the last one they made? Wasn't it just a fighter?
I don't know.
Yeah, Red Hot Rumble.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just a
I-
fighter.
I remember playing the second one back in the GameCube days. I couldn't get into it.
See, when they put Beautiful Joe in not DMC, in MVC3, I thought that was going to be like, oh, maybe we'll get another Beautiful Joe soon.
Nah, dude. They just reach into their catalog for characters to use.
Yeah.
I was about to say they just love doing that.
Yeah, but like, if you look at Dante, like between Project Cross Zone and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and now 4 and the upcoming Puzzle Fighter, and like they keep putting him in fucking everything.
Yeah.
And they keep putting the old Dante, not the newer one. So
They just like to pretend he didn't happen.
yeah.
I don't know why he's the cooler one. I don't know. I thought about this. I thought about platinuming Mad Max, because I really like that game. But I don't know. It just there's a lot of stuff in that game that I don't feel confident that I can do. So
When I had first played the game, I had started up and I was visiting family, and when I'm visiting family, just something happens and I can't play games. I was just with family for like 3 days, and I started Alienation, Fallout 4.
Alienation's a good one.
Oh, it's, in my opinion, best Housemarque game.
No way, dude. You
Uh-oh.
played Next Machina?
Did you play Next Machina, Corey?
Not yet.
That game is
but
badass.
I haven't played Matterfall or Next Machina.
Is
but,
Matterfall out?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But all the other ones, like I've played every other Housemarque game, and Alienation by far the best. But anyway, I started Mad Max when I was visiting family, and it just something in it. I just didn't feel like it was right. It wasn't scratching the itch I had.
What was the issue you had,
And then-
Corey?
I don't know.
Open world action game.
I think Mad
Yeah.
Max would be fun if there was more guns. I understand why there's not. Like, contextually, I understand why there's not.
Mhm.
But, like, hand-to-hand combat in Mad Max is hand-to-hand combat in Arkham, is hand-to-hand combat
Yeah,
in whatever
Batman
else, you know?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I got home, I started up again, and I didn't drop it for, well, until it was done. Like, I got into it, it scratched every itch. It had the, tick off the box
Yeah.
kind of gameplay. It was great.
I've started and stopped that game twice now. I'm just like, I'm never going to play that. I'm just not.
Why?
But, I don't know. There's just other games that I would rather put my time into. And my time is limited, you know?
Sure.
So,
Your time's about to be limited real soon, Corey.
that's right.
Nah.
With that baby.
Nah.
Well,
It'll be-
hopefully the baby really likes the sound of trophies popping.
Yeah. Maybe
It'll-
that's the only thing that will soothe it. Is
I
the
was
sound
about
of
to
trophies
say-
popping.
I was about to say it'll go to sleep when a trophy pops. You don't understand. I have to get one every 2 hours to make it fall asleep.
Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl?
We found out it's a boy,
Nice. You got a name picked out yet?
Isaac.
Isaac. Like Isaac Clarke?
Yeah.
Rad. Are you fucking with me?
No.
Rad.
Isaac. Pretty much because of Isaac Clarke.
Maybe-
He is one of my favorite game protagonists. Dead Space is
Pretty good.
one of my is up there for one of my favorite gaming franchises, alongside Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, shit. Hey, Corey. So, actually, I haven't talked to Ryan about this yet either. For Halloween, for the month of October, I'm thinking about putting up a Let's Play for a horror game every day of the month.
Okay.
Ooh.
And that's a tall order.
Tall order.
And I started
Yeah, that's-
looking through my
that's-
horror games on Steam, and I've got, like, maybe 18 of them. Not enough, you know?
So you need 31.
Well, what I was thinking is, hey, Corey, send us some gameplay of horror games to throw up on our channel for Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
You'll
For
do
some
it.
reason, this just started messing up.
Oh.
That's okay. What I was saying is we
The
need...
audio on
Can you hear
the
us?
audio on my end. Yeah, the audio on my end just got very jumpy, and I couldn't hear anything.
Well, that's Canada, you know.
Yeah. I mean.
We
with
may
all-
have good healthcare, but we don't have good internet.
Horror games, Corey.
Right.
Send us your gameplay of horror games to throw up on our channel for Halloween.
Ooh. I'll have to play some horror games.
Yeah, just one or two.
You know,
little bit.
one of the observations that
One horror game every day.
one of the observations that I had made of myself over the past year or so is, for some reason, inexplicably, after I entered my 30s, I became somewhat of a coward, and I don't know where it came from.
Okay, well, I shouldn't say horror game. Halloween themed game.
No. What I'm
You'll
saying,
play Costume Quest.
what I'm saying is,
I was about to say Costume Quest.
what I'm saying is, I beat the first Dead Space when I was 25, 26, right?
Right.
Then we went back and played. We played it within the last couple months, and that game was scaring the shit out of me.
I remember.
It didn't scare me at all the first time I played it, but this time it scared the shit out of me.
I just last Halloween, I decided to do a run of the Dead Space series. And even though I've played each of those games at least 10 times, I was still like really scared. So I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Even
the
though
opposite.
even
Like,
though
I
I-
know in Dead Space 1 when this guy is going to jump up, and
But-
Ryan knows that too.
But nothing scares.
Still scares him.
Nothing scares you though, Tom. And
Dead Space scared me the first time I played it.
also, I liken that experience to watching a toaster. I know the toaster is gonna pop up at some point, but when it does, it still scares the shit out of me, right? Or when you're twisting the biscuits tube, you know it's gonna make that pop.
Yeah.
When it does, it still scares you.
Yeah.
Also, Corey, did you like Dead Space 3?
Loved it.
Me too. Thank you.
Wow,
Finally.
really?
Yeah.
The
I mean, I haven't played it, but
did you ever play the DLC?
No.
It's one of the few DLCs I actually bought because I don't really buy DLC.
Yeah. Fuck that.
But it was Dead Space. I had to,
Yeah.
and they set it up for Dead Space 4.
Damn it. Now I'm
And
definitely not
then-
gonna play it.
Of course, after Dead Space 3, they started doing Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
and
Battlefield
now
Bad
they're
Boys.
doing- to be fair, I love that game. I thought it was so
I
fun.
love Hardline too. Yeah.
Now they're doing Star Wars with Amy Hennig directing it,
Yeah.
and
I'll take
just
that
a
over
cou-
Dead Space.
Nah.
Just a couple months, the
No more Dead Space.
creator of Dead Space left Visceral. So
Hold on.
now,
Nah. You'll take Dead Space 4 over a Amy Hennig Star Wars game? You're crazy.
I mean, I'm not saying I'll take it over it.
Not
I
you,
just
him,
mean-
this one.
Basically,
Okay.
whenever Tom disagrees with me, I'm crazy. But I like Dead Space a lot. I like Isaac.
Yeah, I'm worried about where the series is now.
Oh,
seeing
it's,
that
I don't think
the
I don't think we're
create-
gonna see another one for a long time.
the
Reboot.
creator's gone.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows what they're going to be doing after Star Wars?
Yeah.
You know what? Let Amy Hennig write Dead Space 4. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Well, they're probably not going to do Dante's Inferno anytime soon, so.
Did you play that, Corey?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was really cool. I liked it a lot.
I,
And you get to see
I-
Dante's pee-pee at the end.
I played it when
So-
I was 16
Yeah.
with a buddy, and
Oh.
when we got to the fight with against whoever it was with
The Nips?
the dead baby shooting out of her nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost it. It was probably one of the funniest boss fights I've ever done in a game. I was losing it.
Tom, could you imagine if games like Dante's Inferno were out when we were 16?
God, what were we playing when we were 16?
Dreamcast. No. Yes.
Yeah, probably like Dreamcast stuff.
Dreamcast, yeah. PS2. Actually, PS2 had just come out that year.
I just remember when GTA 3 came out and the world was amazed.
Yeah. Because why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
That was a landmark.
I was
game
playing
moment.
GTA 3 when I was 7, and I couldn't believe it.
Could you imagine if GTA 3 was out when we were 7?
What were we playing when we were 7? I think I was playing Codename Viper.
There was a lot of Street Fighter. There was Street Fighter 2 was a big thing when we were when we were 7.
After coming off of NES and sinking a ton of time into Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
and then PlayStation 1, and then I remember seeing my cousin had Grand Theft Auto 3, and I was just awed.
Yeah.
And then I would go back to my house and play Super Mario World again for like the 50th time to feel like
There's nothing wrong with that.
I got to get back into my comfort zone.
To be
That was-
fair, my mom would have never let me play Grand Theft Auto 3 at 7 years old, though. There's no way. I wasn't even allowed to play. I wasn't allowed to play Street Fighter. I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat.
Dork.
Shut up.
I remember when I was 7, I had found a copy of Turok 3 at a local store,
Yes.
still in the box.
Is that the
For,
one about his kids?
They're
Yeah.
not his kids, but they are related to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but for $10, and I had played Turok 1 and 2, so I wanted it so bad, and I begged my mom, like, please
Turok
let me
2's a
get this.
badass
Please let me
game.
get this. And she said, okay. Got home, ran up into my room, popped it on my 64.
Yeah.
Up until that point, I was never scared by a game as much as I was by that game. I never finished it as a kid, even just going through the first level when you're going into the basement of the one building and hopping on the elevator. I was horrified.
I'm really hoping that God, what is the company? Night Dive. Night Dive brought back Turok 1 and 2 for PC. I'm really hoping they do 3.
Oh yeah, the remasters.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
They're good. I mean, they still look like old games, but like the fog in the first one is not as bad, you know.
Yeah.
It's really pretty much the same.
Wonder whatever happened to Acclaim,
Oh, I don't know.
other than the fact that they closed down.
Or Iguana for that matter.
It's weird because like Acclaim had like they had some successful franchises under their belts. They had Turok, they had NBA Jam.
They did the home versions of
They-
Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
for a while.
They had Turok up until the third one. Did you ever play Rage Wars?
Rage Wars was
Wars
great.
is badass. Love that game. I like being
Turok-
Triceratops man.
Turok Evolution, garbage.
I don't think I played that one.
Evolution was one on GameCube. Then
Yes.
they did the 360 one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one that
It-
was like produced by Disney.
Did Acclaim do just the Turok reboot? I don't remember them.
I don't know. Well, I will say this: the Acclaim and Iguana's names are both in the Night Dive Studios re-releases,
Huh.
so they're still credited there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have any bad memories with Acclaim though. The only thing I know Iguana from is NBA Jam and Turok though.
Yeah.
I don't know them for anything else. I guess Mortal Kombat. Well, Mortal Kombat was Acclaim, but just Acclaim.
And Killer Instinct.
That's funny that you should mention that because Tom, you were just talking about getting into the new Killer Instinct.
I'm thinking about it.
And I had a brief stint like last year where I was playing it quite a bit to the point where I was like considering buying a fight stick specifically for that game.
Yeah.
I would like to jump back into it though and get really good with that battle.
I think that Killer Instinct is not going to happen because there's too many good fighting games this year. You know, Dragon Ball Fighter Z is coming out.
What's that other one you really want to get into?
Blade Strangers.
Yeah, that one.
Looks really awesome. Arc Systems Works is doing that Blaze Blue Persona crossover thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff coming out.
Corey, you got any fighting game platinums?
Do the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games count?
That's
Sure.
a fighting game.
Sports games and fighting games are just
Your
a
favorite.
red zone of nope for me.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you feel about multiplayer trophies? I hate them.
It depends. Now, something like Resistance 2 had some bad multiplayer trophies.
Well, I just feel like every multiplayer
Like-
trophy relies on you being like the worst person on your team just to get that trophy.
Like
Or the
getting
best person on the internet.
getting 10,000 online kills in Resistance 2.
Yeah.
Me and a buddy decided one time to just sit down and do that for a week.
Just like shoot at each other.
In split screen. No, we played against other people and got 10,000 kills, and it took forever. And we were so excited when we got it.
That seems like something you spread out over like a year though, not something
And-
that you do in an afternoon.
I just feel like don't make trophies that will eventually be impossible to get. Like a lot of these
Yeah,
online
like-
related trophies,
Yeah.
you just can't get anymore.
Yeah.
Like Resistance 2 is shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a game, Dead Star, that was released.
Oh yeah,
March of 2016
Yeah,
when it was first released.
they already shut it down.
Yeah, it's already shut down. So
That game's not very good
Ga-
anyway.
games like that, or even some games where it wants you to reach max level in multiplayer,
Yeah.
it eventually the servers die. It's not going
Yeah.
to be possible. And then there's things like Uncharted 4, where it's win 5 matches, play the tutorials.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
do that.
that
Not
yeah,
forever.
exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Dip your toes in the water, see how you like it, and then, if you want to keep playing it, sure. If not, here's your consolation prize.
Yeah.
I
I have no idea how long we've been talking, by the way. We typically have a timer going.
It's been about an hour. But
I
I feel
was
like
about to say-
when we talk to Corey, time just flies,
I was about to say it's been about an hour because
It's-
my time here on the chat says an hour and 3 minutes.
He's a lot cooler than Shanae.
Take that, Shanae.
She won't hear me say that. She doesn't
Yeah,
watch
she
the
doesn't
show.
watch this, no.
Yeah.
Oh, she won't even listen when she's not here.
Yeah. What Tom? Do you want to plug something?
Yeah, I've actually been waiting for a while to do this. The DC Comics version of the Flintstones is something that everybody should read, whether you like the Flintstones or not. It's fucking awesome. It touches on so many modern topics, gay marriage, marriage in general, science, religion, and it's a awesome book.
Yeah, and they have cellular phones.
That's true. So
Huh.
read it.
Yeah.
The Flintstones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. You said it's DC.
It's DC, yeah.
Yeah.
They did like
weird.
this Hanna-Barbera run. Some of them are still going on where they did Johnny Quest, Scooby-Doo, the Flintstones, like a bunch of that stuff. Most of those properties I don't care about, but I like the Flintstones, so I decided to pick it up, and it's surprisingly awesome.
Right on.
That's because it's the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the Flintstones?
That's true, but
I actually have never met somebody who says I don't like the Flintstones.
yeah.
I've never met anybody who said that.
I mean, maybe some people
Alec
don't like
Baldwin.
live-action movies.
Well, that first one was pretty good. I don't know about Viva Rock Vegas, but
Yeah, you should watch that one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got John Goodman does a really good job at playing.
Yeah. Well, also there's
Flintstone.
Concretia, which that's hilarious to me.
Yeah. Like 25 years later, still laughing at that joke.
Yeah. It's a good joke.
Well, anyway, Corey, it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
taking the time to talk to us today. Really appreciate
It's
it.
been a pleasure to be on.
Just hit us up anytime. We'd be glad to have you again.
Well, and we have a go-to now for when Sinead decides not to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She actively decided not to be here because she was like, fuck Ryan, fuck Tom, fuck everything. I'm going to Coachella or wherever the fuck she went.
I don't think she went to Coachella.
I don't know where she goes when she leaves.
She's posted some pictures at some museum.
Like a banana festival or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Banana
again,
festival.
Corey, thanks so much. And thank you guys at home for listening to the Save Continue podcast. My name is Ryan Robinson. This is Tom Shelby.
Bye-bye.
Say bye,
See ya.
Corey.
Say bye, Corey.
See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Later.